to announce our next reader, Kate Gray. I put you back in the right place, Kate. Sorry, because Tom showed up. Confusing shuffling. So, Kate and I were at the table too many years ago to tell you how many years ago it was. And it's one of those things where you just feel like, oh yeah, Kate Gray's out there. You see her on Facebook, and then I realized how many years it's been since I've actually seen you. So, for more than 20 years, she's been teaching at Oregon Community College. Kate tends her students' stories. Her first novel, Carry the Sky, from Forest Avenue Press, 2014. Congratulations. Attempts to stare at bullying without blinking. She's the author of 3 poetry collections and has also published essays, and she and her partner of 14 years just married. And they live in her full house with their sidekicks, Rafi and Wasco, 2 very patient dogs. Kate Gray.
Tall thing. It is such an honor to be here. Oh my gosh. Thanks, Tommy. Thanks, Sage. Thanks, Tom. Oh my gosh. Just the reading, I can't even stand that I'm in the same room. So I'm going to read you a scene that was the hardest thing for me to write, and I figured I'm going to read it because there's so much love in this room that you guys will listen, and I'm so grateful for that. And I'm really shaking. The book is set in 1983 in a boarding school. 1983 might look like this. Thanks. The person who's going to be speaking is Carla. She's 18 years old. She's a senior in this boarding school. And she's just been busted for being suicidal. So she's speaking in she's in a mental institution for the week, mental hospital, and she's trying to figure out her brother and what he was about. I wrote this scene partly because I wished I had a brother who protected me. And anyway, so here we go. See, I'm going to check my notes to see if I'm supposed to tell you anything else. No, I think I've got it. Okay. It all makes sense when I think about it. That day way back, the town beach, I was maybe 10, little for 10, and Doug was maybe 14. Doug and I stayed after everyone else had gone home. We were out there by the cattails looking for bugs. He always loved the water ones, even more than me. Perfect time for crawdads and skimmers, a little dark, a little cool. We had our backs to the beach, didn't see him coming. And anyway, he might have come the whole way underwater. But all of a sudden, a big iron arm goes around my middle, and I'm up in the air, pressed flat to his wet chest, and he slides his other hand under my robin's egg swimsuit, the one Mom bought me at Macy's with fish on it. I screamed and kicked, and Doug's eyes were big, and I saw the lake and the night and heard crickets, and Doug was scared. Put her down, Dad, Doug said. He was such a boy. Why should I, Dad said, and he rubbed his nubby chin into my neck. Doug's hands went to fists, but Doug was a twig in front of us. Dad's hand was crawly and hard under my suit. The sun setting and his arms squeezing me, I could barely see Doug. Cut it out, Doug said. Make me, Dad said, and he lifted me higher. Doug didn't move. His chest caught the light left on the lake. His chest was concave. Dad was breathing slow and regular. He moved me a little up and down. He took deep breaths. My back got prickly, rubbed against his chest. Tell you what, Dad said. I'll make you a deal. Leave her alone, Doug said. His voice went up like it did when he was mad. You, Dad said, quiet. For her. Dad's arm let go a little. I pushed down, tried to wiggle out. His arm tightened back, and his other hand let go of my suit and came around my neck. He squeezed. Shh, stop, Dad said to me. Like he was tucking me in. I stopped wiggling. His hand was so big on my neck, his fingers all around, I couldn't breathe. Okay, Doug said. Okay, let her go. Doug came toward us. Dad said, good. That's how it'll be from now on. You for her, and no one says a word. And he tossed me up in the air behind him. I flew, and splash, I dropped underwater, water up my nose. Didn't know which way was up. I swallowed. My feet were rubbery. Then I found the sand, and the splash stopped rocking me so much, and I stood up. It was darker, and I couldn't see where Doug was. Doug said, go, from somewhere in the reeds. Running was hard with rubber legs and sand and beach, and Mom was in the car in the parking lot with the lights on. Mom was supposed to pick us up. Dad was supposed to be at the gallery. I was wet and breathing hard, and Mom said, where's Doug? I pointed to the water. What's wrong? Doug, I said, and that's all I said. It was cold. Mom looked at the lake, got out of the car, and took a few steps towards the beach. She said, Doug, like someone might call a lost dog. Right then, Doug walked out of the dark. The horizon barely light behind him, a flat crack far away, and the crickets loud. Sorry, Mom, Doug said. He got in the front seat. I got in the back seat. I was shaky and wet, and we never talked about it. And we didn't tell Mom. After that, Doug was quiet and lifting weights. He got big, weird big. He hung out at the gym with other boys with weird, big muscles. The psychiatrist would scribble all over his yellow pad with his pencil and still try to make eye contact with me if I told this story. He'd draw lines to connect the dots. Bad dad to abused brother to suicidal me. But it's not that easy. It never is.